Hello humans and welcome back to Backseat Fighters. My name is MiKo, your name is perfect. Do some people have insecurities about their name? Probably. Today we're going to have a look at what is going on in the UFC's Welterweight Division. Okay, this division is a mess right now, so to start with we're going to need to go back a bit. There once was a man called Ruthless Robbie Lawler. Now, Robbie Lawler became the champion way back in 2014, beating Johnny Hendricks via split decision. Lawler then defended that belt against Rory McDonald and Carlos Condit in back-to-back Fight of the Year performances. He was beloved by the fans for being an entertaining fighter and a true warrior in the cage. Then, in 2016, Robbie defended his title against a surging young fighter called Tyron Woodley. Woodley knocked out Robbie Lawler in the first round. Tyron Woodley was not as beloved as a champion. He often made claims that that was because of racism from both the company and the fans, but everyone very quickly pointed out how much people loved Anderson Silva, Demetrius Johnson, Rumble Johnson, John Jones, DC,
etc.
The truth is there was a couple of problems with Tyron Woodley. The first is that as soon as he won the belt, he started asking for money fights. He was very different from the humility that fans were used to seeing from Robbie Lawler, and he was kind of asking / demanding for things that people felt that he hadn't quite earned yet. When you couple that with the fact that he didn't have exciting fights after that, he fought Wonderboy twice and Damian Maia, breaking records for the fewest strikes thrown. If you're struggling to have people like you, the fans, the media, the company, there is one surefire solution. Find someone even more unlikable. Enter Colby Covington.
You can't run, you can't hide no more, Tyron Woodley.
During Woodley's reign, a top contender was emerging called Colby Covington. He enjoys being the bad guy, annoying people, talking trash, and even wearing Make America Great Again hats. Fashion! When it came time for Colby to get his title shot, Tyron Woodley was injured, so Colby of course started trash talking him, saying he was ducking him and avoiding the fight, but an interim title fight was made between Colby and former lightweight champion RDA, Rafael dos Anjos. Colby won that fight, and so now he is the interim champion. He got a nice shiny belt and he took it to the White House. Yes, he did. He did that. Tradition says that the interim champ should fight the champ, and so all this talk should come to an end, right? Colby versus Woodley. Who the best? Except. We didn't get that fight because now Colby was out with an injury, getting nasal surgery. But Woodley is now ready to fight, and he can't fight Colby, so Colby gets stripped of his interim title. Woodley fights another up-and-comer called Darren Till. Woodley destroys Till in his first exciting fight since winning the belt. Colby is now back from injury, so Colby versus Woodley is bigger than ever. The hype has been building. Let's do it! We don't fully know the reason. There's been a lot of he said, she said, but basically Colby didn't get the next shot. Instead, another top contender called Kamaru Usman, the Nigerian Nightmare, hell a nickname. Usman gets the next shot and he dominates Tyron Woodley for 5 rounds. Your new undisputed welterweight champion of the world, finally! Now, Usman is the champion. He should face the number 1 contender, or bish bash bosh, easy peasy weasy, blue to boot to boo. Now, according to the official rankings of the UFC, Tyron Woodley is the number 1 contender, but ain't nobody asking for that rematch, including Woodley. So who is next? Well, Colby never lost the belt. He was stripped of it, but he didn't lose a fight. He should still be the top contender, and there would still be a lot of heat on that fight. So Colby versus Usman is obviously the fight to make. But twist! Usman's off the shelf right now. Ugh. So either Colby has just gotten tired of waiting for a shot, or the UFC has pressured him a bit, or maybe just offered him lots of money. Either way, he has agreed to fight the man that we began with, Robbie Lawler. That fight is coming up in just a couple of weeks, and if Colby beats Lawler, he's surely,
Don't call me
surely the next in line for the title. So it's quite clear that Dana and the UFC don't have the best working relationship with Colby Covington, in spite of what Colby himself claims. So could it be possible that they just really want a different opponent for Usman? Well, it kind of seemed like, yeah. Enter Captain Dadbod himself, Funky Ben Askren. Ben Askren was an undefeated fighter coming into the UFC, and he quickly proved himself to be a big draw and someone who is willing to call out the entire welterweight division, except of course for his best friend Tyron Woodley. This is exhausting. Askren made his long-awaited UFC debut with a victory over, you guessed it, Robbie Lawler. But twist, it ended controversially with Robbie Lawler busting him up early, almost getting the finish, and then Askren getting Lawler into a headlock. This is my mime of a headlock. Lawler appeared to simultaneously go limp and give the thumbs up. When the referee stopped it, he popped right back up and looked fine, so... was it an early stoppage? Lawler took the loss with class, because of course he did, and now Askren has another fight. If he wins this one, he's likely going to leapfrog Colby as the company's preferred choice to take on Usman. But twist! This wasn't just a fight against anyone. His next fight was against Street Jesus himself, Jorge Gamebred Masvidal. Ben was a huge favourite going into this fight, and Jorge was standing with his hands behind his back, leaning against the cage, and he knocked him out in 5 seconds. The fastest knockout in UFC history, flying knee, couple of hits. It's a good time to put in a disclaimer in case anyone was wondering, I am not a fighter. Masvidal is no nonsense. He's just had the knockout of the year and he is hotter than ever. Funky Ben Askren is now out of the title picture for now, which leaves us with 2 likely next opponents for the champ, Kamaru Usman, Colby or Masvidal. Now, as I said earlier, Colby should be the favourite, but he's still got a fight against Robbie Lawler, and that is no small task. And if he fails, Masvidal will likely get the title shot before him. If he wins in spectacular fashion, then he's a shoo-in to be the next contender for the belt. But if he is slightly lackluster, if Uncle Dana can poke holes and say that it was a boring fight, even if he wins, Masvidal might get the nod. Of course, the other big question is, how long is Usman out for? If the champ is sidelined for much longer, they will likely look at doing an interim title fight. Yes, another one. And if Colby beats Lawler, then that interim title fight would almost definitely be Colby Covington versus Jorge Masvidal, which would be a really fun fight. Not only would it just be a great matchup, but think of the hype knowing that the Nigerian Nightmare is waiting in the wings for the winner to unite the belts and prove, finally, who is the top dog in UFC's welterweight division. Thank you so much for sticking with me through that. This has been Backseat Fighters. My name has been MiKo. It will continue to be so. Stay strong, show love. I'll see you soon.